So the question is, will he do that same sort of thing into this map as well?
Well, we will find out, as we are ready to kick this one off. NaVi on the T side, FURIA on the CT side, as we start this one out. Map 2 here are the best of 3 to try and decide what is going to be happening in the lower bracket, who is going home and who is carrying on here in day 2 of Cologne.
I was going to say, did they not see Art there? Because that was such a boom into the last second. I went, oh wait, I did see him. But Art, so he looks like he's going to be up to his own tricks again. Mid is the same sort of thing, and that's not a good start for either. Electronic giving that P250 to take the long-range duels and over. Keserato left himself stuck in there. He closed the door on himself and was like, I'm taking the fight if there is one. And he wins it. 4v4 already.
Fully commits to it, makes it work. So from this 4v4, they could still try and find their form and work back into the round. A minute on the clock. Okay, Boomage and Electronic have actually silent walked their way through this front toilets. If they extend around, do clear this, they could still get the drop on Yuri, but no one is looking towards him. Yuri finds Simple. That never goes well for you. Simple going to finish him. Boomage with such a tasty shot as well towards the site. A rapid adjustment onto the second as he's looking to try and end Vinny's life, which he will. Looking crisp as ever now into the round.
Yeah, that's the kind of kill that gets you pumped going into the game, really. A naughty flick such as that one. Keserato, last man alive here. Simple is actually stood at the edge of the smoke, or he was at the edge of the smoke with his knife out, just in case Keserato walked out that side of it. Which would have been perfect, because Keserato got 2 knife kills.
2 knife kills into the previous map, yeah. So the stabbing is at an all-time high right now. There's a global pandemic for it.
Apparently so. I mean, amidst the gun crime we have in this game, we've now added some more. Well, because we basically got rid of knife rounds other than third map.
Yeah, they're pretty much gone.
Yeah, at least we're seeing some in the actual normal rounds.
Well done. NaVi, they started off strong with a nice little opener, but can they carry on off the back of that form? They've already started to reveal. Art with the scout in hand, roaming around. Early aggression pays off nicely for him as he does get the tag onto Boomage and takes no damage back. However, they have already lost Vinny, though, over at the B site.
Yeah, so Electronic getting another opener. Look at how aggressive he's being. Overextending just a bit too much right there. I think he was assuming that was actually Boomage that he tagged earlier on. So he was thinking, no matter where I hit him, if I just hit him, it'll be a kill.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he didn't hit him at any point there, and instead actually falls down to him as well. So 3v5. Advantage already built. Yuri in a very tough spot. Can't really do much about that. NaVi looking to take this anti-eco run quite convincingly here. Very clean. Should just be a matter of time. I imagine the smoke on Monster will start to fade. Electronic should be holding the exit on it. Because Able J is basically stuck there. Unless he walks back, which he does.
No damage done really to NaVi at this point. They've still got all 5 alive. And they're not rushing things either as well. They don't want to risk anything and give any potential advantage to FURIA, so they slowly make their play together up towards the A site. 25 seconds on the clock as they eventually make their move onto it. Boomage can plant the bomb. Able J and Keserato are still stuck down towards B. Person that might find them will be Electronic, though. He's the one going for a little bit of a hunt here.
On the side of FURIA, though, you don't want to be actively looking for kills too much. Because you have this armor, you have the pistol. You'll need it next round anyway. You're forced into this.
Yeah.
So you kind of just want to stay alive. However, on the NaVi side of things, Flamey's probably the only one who will actively look to make things happen. He's the only SMG on the board. And he probably will get some contact here. That was a very close spam.
That was nearly actually the shot coming through and hitting towards Able J. Flamey's there, big spam through. At this point, Flamey might actually just want to chill out.
Pass it to Zeus, if anything, and let him just chase it.
Let him try and actually make the frag work. Pushes out towards the site. Keserato taking damage from the bomb blast.
Should stay alive.
But that appears to be all he'll actually have to deal with. So they go through, still clutching onto a Deagle and armor off the back of that round, but that is everything that FURIA walk away with. NaVi instead get themselves another one on the board.
We've got Taser Cam. Art has a Taser. There's 2 nades, and then there's a Taser. So he would... Was it him with it yesterday on Mirage? I think it was, wasn't he? He ran off the balcony and actually tried to zigzag around the site and get to the player. It was him, wasn't it? We'll see how this goes then. Triple nade at mid. which if they all get in would be perfect. However, they don't quite make it, and Art will not get to use the taser either.
It's kind of like no damage whatsoever at all. No one's actually been hit at all by those nades. Zeus is finally the first one to actually have blood spilt as he gets shot up by the deagle of Keserato. But again, it's 5 versus 3 in a matter of seconds into the round. NaVi can just play this one slowly from this point forward if they want to, and literally just use the range they have to their advantage with those rifles and pick off these CTs one by one.
Yeah, it was a case of that first grenade that got thrown, it actually just hit. It's always awkward because the hedges on this map are not graphic, or they're not built in the game the correct way. So some of them are literally not physical entities. So sometimes you'll throw a grenade, it'll hit. So, ooh, that was a naughty flex. That's actually the bomb down as well, so there's some sort of disruption for the time being. Shouldn't, amount to anything really. But hey ho, so they lose one player. Flamey actually picks up the Zeus, and he recovers the rifle. So all things considered, they just lose head armor technically, and a UMP. It's not bad. So going into the first gun, Art gets that AWP out. Simple, most likely stay with his AK, unless Zeus trades him an AWP here. I wouldn't be surprised if you keep the rifle in mind though. Especially for the first gun round, just to... Oh no, there's the AWP. Okay, here we go.
It happened. Last minute, they decided to invest for it. Simple buys it up as they pass it across. Let's see what he does with this. He will be challenged versus Art. Art is there, going for the early opener. Fires off the warning shot and then deviates back towards toilets and just wants to peek down long.
Yeah, so Simple not quite... He heard the AWP shot go off at mid, but he was still very confident in... I'm going here, I'm just going to hold this push just in case there is one. I'm trying to think, did they even have... I don't think they had AWPs the same time as each other on Nuke. I don't think they ever did. Like they never. I don't feel like they killed each other.
There wasn't much of an overlap, no. Because we also never really saw Art go outside when Simple was AWPing it.
And then the other side of things, Art wasn't really playing outside with his AWP for the most part. He was just back garage 2 rounds maybe. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes, because Art's AWP style, it's not exactly like it's flashy quick.
Yeah.
It's very movement based.
It's all basically sort of positioning, and being able to keep, obviously, players off guard by the fact that you're in a position they don't really expect. Right now, though, let's see, as he's going quite contact with it, walks his way up, gets the initial gut shot on towards Flamey. Knows there could be more to come, though. Bit paranoid about this, doesn't actually know where to focus towards. Electronic gets the pick back over on Yuri. Ooh. The bait across coming through. Bumic stopped shooting, believing that he had got the kill. Flicked away at the wrong time, but luckily still goes back in and gets the frag. Bomb's going to be planted. 3 versus 2 retake scenario here for NaVi.
Yeah, Bumic, the fact that he stopped shooting, he still got leg shot off of it.
Yeah.
So this actually makes it potentially doable for them. Electronic already has 2 kills into the round. The nade.
Oh, the nade could be actually beautiful. There's like 2 damage there towards Bumic. Electronic takes a heavy hit, bringing him down to sub 50. Able J, though, it's not worth it. He is just going to save the AWP, potentially the AK for Art, actually, as he finds it at his feet and scurry off to get out of there.
Oh.
Waste of the taser.
I was wondering how long would that actually get passed along. Because Flamey picked it up off of Art's body. Flamey then threw it to Simple. Simple had it at the end there. Simple then died and Able J picked it up. But Able J was having none of it.
Didn't want it. Didn't want it on the server.
I wonder what the longest the situation is for guns that have been kept in. So it's like the classic when you're on T side, you win the pistol, you get pick up a USP.
Yeah.
Has anybody, or in a normal, like professional level game like Tier 1, have they ever, like, what's the longest a gun has remained in play?
Yeah, like in the
back and
server on a
forth,
player.
right?
Yeah.
So an AWP is the most likely one to be passed back and forth.
Yeah.
Just because of the high value on it. But a USP might stay in somebody's sidearm for that long if they just stay alive.
That's very true. Curious stat. Could be a fun one. Well,
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one.
they're getting themselves ready for a B bombardment here, Ben. Simple just scoping in hard, looking to see if anyone is actually going to push down from the barrels. Vinny is there.
Art and Yuri have pushed all the way up connector as well. This would be awkward.
Vinny with the jump spot. Hit by the back of the bomb blast. Able J up close and personal with a UMP, ready to slay them all down. Vinny will come through with the CZ, actually, funnily enough. That means he can upgrade to the AK now. The backstab from Yuri as well. That's Simple done for. More shots being fired through, landing and impacting into these T-side players to at least slow them down. This could still be winnable now for FURIA. They can bring this back and win a round here finally. It would be a filthy one at that. Electronic, though, pushing up. Clears out the barrels, finally, as they've been able to get that frag. And as you might notice, they backed off. Boomich, he'd already made the move to get out of there. And the rest of his teammates are now starting to follow. They need to recover the bomb. But Boomich has got A. No one is on the A site, Ben. He could do so much.
It really depends what they want him to do. Just because if Zeus went back with the bomb, they can get that A site. Electronic can get the lurk kill all the way through. The opposite side of it is that Boomich can go heaven. He can then get the lurk kills that way, and they can carry on going towards B. It looks like that is the play, just because Boomich is planning to go through heaven. And that turns around at the wrong time completely there. There's only 15 seconds left here. Electronic has a smoke still. Zeus can just get onto the bomb site and just plant in a smoke.
Boomich just needs to basically make noise and get a distraction here from the rear as well. Ooh, no. K-Sorato with the turn. Technically, K-Sorato just has to deny the bomb plant. Oh, but the face comes around. Yeah.
That jump is all that he needed. Because he could have got another knife kill.
Yeah, potentially so. It could have been there. But this could be another round for NaVi. And that was so close as well. So down to the wire there.
Yeah, so speaking of that, like the guns passing through, Electronic obviously hasn't died yet, so he still has that P250 he had from earlier on. But it's like, I can't imagine there's many games where guns have been passed around that much.
For not too long of like a significant amount of time.
Yeah. So once again with that same mid peak.
Ooh.
Does get a tag on to Boomich. Not quite the killing blow though.
Able J. Starting to spread his wings and fly a little bit as he walks over towards connector, looking to try and find anything here. Flamey just waiting around towards close connector. Most of the NaVi players actually grouped up towards this A play. The only one actually lurking off here is going to be Electronic with a backstab late. FURIA can have a pretty fast rotation though if Able J goes undetected. Yuri will be the first one to really be tested close towards the toilets. Simple's just scoped on the angle. Actually not going to push through. Walking straight down instead. Yuri and Art coming in together. They've now given their position away.
Electronic.
Oh, the slow lurk from him.
If he goes up through CT, look how far up they are highway as well. If they kill K-Sorato or just hold their position and get the kills on toilet, Simple's about to do that actually.
Oh, the follow-up though. Surely Yuri trades this. He didn't want to speed in. Simple, however, on the turn, has left his back exposed. 3 versus 3. They should have no idea about Electronic's location either as well. Vinny's making so much noise. Electronic peeks back into him. Gets the headshot off. 2 versus 2. Simple. Still holding strong. Suspect at this play coming through from the rear. Yuri is there. Jumps across with the bomb in his hand. Somehow takes no damage and instantly commits towards the plant as well. The rotation's coming in from behind Able J. One step after another. Makes his move up as he stealthily advances towards the bomb site. It's a 2-man setup as well from Simple and Electronic. They're trying to work together. They have all the offensive utility in the world.
People has a smoke though. It's an awkward plant because you don't know the spam properly for that angle. However,
depends how they actually compose themselves. So they don't have
to get the frag soon. It's too late. Oh, you can see the thought process immediately. That they're like, I'm nading it. I'm nading it. But the nade head armor as well, actually, just Kevlar in general, the amount of damage that it reduces off of the HEs.
Yeah.
You could see they really had no memory, really, of what that was planted
Where
up against.
Where it was, the plant, yeah.
Right? So the general rule of like most plants is you try and plant up against the wall or up against something so you can eliminate as much of the radius of a diffuse possibility like available, right? That plant was slightly out away from the wall, not fully against the truck either. It means that the spam, neither of them believed in just spamming it properly though, as they like, Electronic will kill that guy close. He then basically gave up on it. He was like, okay, I'm just going to nade it. Simple didn't even try to spam it with his pistol either. Really awkward round to lose on the side of NaVi, but at the same time that was, what, a 3v5? And they got it down to technically a 2v1 in their favour. Yeah,
somehow it all just started to work out for them. Obviously, Electronic got the backstab off. For the position they initially were in, it's
not bad, yeah.
Still a pretty good round, but it's the fact that it could have been a whole lot better as well. However, this actually does mean that they can't afford the AWP anymore on Furia's side, so Art is going to be delegated back down to just the M4. Electronic taking it a little bit faster, though, towards the B site this time as he runs through the short pipe. Oh. Yikes. It's an awkward close combat fight. Boomic actually dies, though, as he pushes out aggressively. Flamey will trade it, but they do both go 1 for 1. That's better than it would have been.
Yeah, it's an awkward death for Boomic there. Committed a bit too hard for the kill, and Art was ready for that battle as well itself. But awkward though, simple. Really, it's a difficult one to hit anyway, just because Art, when he went around that corner, he did like crouch, like shimmy around the way. Electronics had a lot of success though this game, 9-0. Especially with this SG. And they were lining up a pop flash and he didn't see him. That's so awkward. Traded immediately, nonetheless, but very awkward situation from the B-side player perspective.
Simple. Slow walking his way up. Zeus as well coming down long, but Keserato looks away just the wrong second. Should have spotted the shadow there.
Just seen it.
Now has the read, fires off the warning shot, but Simple peeks up as well. Doesn't connect it with the AWP though. He's so surrounded. And Yuri should find the frag now. Oh, the martyrdom.
I knew that was going to happen though. So I was wondering, will he actually get the pin?
Yeah.
So the AWP doesn't actually get through. Art has to buy his own. So, you know, that's an interesting perk to choose.
Oh, it's rough. Well, I mean, at least it got the kill. It stopped him getting the AWP.
Yeah.
It did more damage into the round than it was gonna.
So the buy comes through from NaVi again. Despite losing 2 in a row, they still have decent cash actually available to them. Decent grenades being used just to try and stop Art's potential at mid going for these peaks. FURIA actually did think about taking B short then as well, but they actually avoided it instead. So the boost being used there for Art. Not quite able to see as much as they would like. The Molotov comes out a bit too late, or too early rather, as well. You can see there was a bit of communication right there between Boomic and Zeus, wasn't there? You kind of looked at him, but... If you're actually risking having all 4 players besides Art towards B here, things might change though with that smoke that Zeus has just put through, although Art is just pushing right through it. Should get a kill for free.
Yeah, Art on towards Zeus. Boomic close towards the short pipe.
There's so
Holding
many
strong.
players here.
This is going to be a heavy fight. As Flashbang comes over, peeks out towards Monster, gets the kill. Simple to trade it back though. They're all just trading 1 for 1 so rapidly as we fall into the 2v2. Keserato from quite a substantial distance over by the graffiti spraying down. They're able to make quick work of both of them on the entry towards the site. Finally, FURIA actually starting to connect a few rounds together here and there. Make this look a whole lot better for themselves in the early game of this map now.
It is worth remembering as well, FURIA picked CT side.
Yep.
So this is the side that they would probably consider themselves to be the stronger on. So 5 rounds for NaVi already in the opening 8. They go for a timeout. So Zeus already has an AK and head armor bought in. Simple doesn't quite have enough money to go for it by himself, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that get traded. Otherwise, it will be a buy across the board, more or less, for them. The question is, how do they change the way they're doing things? Because Art is relentlessly peeking things. So he'll peek mid, typically he'll drop off towards A long, like the toilet side. If it's not there, he'll be in his toilet still. On the other side of things, if he's there, like, chances are he does have Yuri with him as well. Which we've seen, I think now we've seen it twice.
Yeah.
But we've seen it quite a few times whenever he's done that. The only time he hasn't was just then, where they had 4 players towards B. And that was still a bit sketchy. So, screenshot for Reddit right there. Why does Simple have a P250 and why does Zeus have the AK?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It doesn't take long for those things to come out.
No. Someone will spot this and go, why does Simple only have P250? Able J. Look to try and do some damage with that MP9 though as the push is coming through. Boomic just jumped straight out. He just runs in there. Electronic as well, spamming in towards the smoke. Eventually Flame will be able to get behind him and dig him down. It's a 4 versus 4. They've still got the smokes as well, so they can block off towards the bridge. Vinny is going to be the one that's really going to be trying to cause a nuisance here.
They kind of need to get the rifles involved, though. Electronic has an SG still. Zeus has his AK as well.
Tag on Vinny. You might get him low, but you haven't been able to finish him. Zeus as well. Skedaddling out of there. 2 HP. Runs away to try and pass the AK over towards Simple. Finally. 45 seconds left on the clock. Simple needs to start doing what he does best and absolutely slaughtering. He has armor. He's got the AK. Just depends when the next face will come towards him.
Yeah, they're holding strong for any kind of peek. Like Electronic's on top of the sandbags. Simple. Just checking for any sort of peek he can find. That's a very nice one, Vinny. Trade is there. That should be it, though.
Yeah, getting that frag with the AWP, that basically cements the round that it will be set in stone. Zeus might arrive back, but he's only got 2 HP, and there's nothing he can really do. It's so slow again, though, from NaVi. It feels like they're just playing these rounds so timidly, again, towards the site. Like, just holding for it, waiting for the push. Simple only having a P250.
It has been a bit of a slow series for him. Like, even now, 9 rounds in, 6 kills. It's kind of hard, I suppose, as a T-side AWPer to get involved.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's also how, you know, how much we shine the light on him as well. That 6 kills, 9 rounds in isn't enough.
Well, you always expect more. That's the thing with a Simple factor. You always expect more.
Because the same thing goes for Zywoo now as well.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody expects him to have crazy rounds more often than not.
NaVi making their slow move into the round as they advance. They've got the 1 AK on Flamey. Everyone else is just rocking the Deagles. They do have utility, though. 3 flashbangs, the 1 smoke over on Zeus. Boomich is going to be troubled as Yuri wants to try and
really
fight towards him. Yeah, the Molotov going in early.
But he doesn't actually chase on it, though.
That's interesting. A bit of damage towards Boomich. But they're now both grouped up, trying to play together towards front toilets here. 55 seconds left on the clock. Art pushing down deep with the AWP. If he can try and spot a shadow or anything, spots out the arm, plays close towards the wall, nearly with the collateral, instead it was just the 1. However, Yuri trying to trade it out and really be the iron pillar to stop them getting in towards the bomb site. Could only muster up 1 frag before he was taken down. Quesorato gets nothing for his troubles, and it's all up to Abel J and Vinny to bail them out of this awkward spot.
2v3. Smoke available on Abel J. Does more damage to Boomich. Somehow, how has he managed that? So 2 of them alive again. They've been in this situation before, but the plant is a lot better, and unfortunately Boomich is the last one alive.
Yeah, you leave it on Boomich, which is
There's
the
an
Deagle.
AWP highway.
It's a 1v2.
But the bomb's
I mean,
been smoked.
Could at least get the weapon. No.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that Abel J managed to win the firefight against Simple there, because Simple was the one peeking into him. It was a left-hand peek at the very least. Like it's, you know, there is that counterpart. But for NaVi, that was technically a half buy. You managed to get a plant. You killed 3 of them. You're forcing a lot of rebuys there. They did recover their AWP, so they did save quite a lot of money there. But ultimately, the more damage, the better. You're making sure they don't build a strong economy here. On the T side of things, on Overpass, you're probably not looking at more than 6-7 rounds at that anyway, for the most part. It's just the question is, can they actually get any more in? Simple's got the AWP out once more. Now it's actually trying to do something a bit different here. Oh my god, they're actually trying to boost behind that smoke. They're really struggling to do it there. Yeah,
it's not working out well at all. They're fumbling. They finally got him up in the elevated angle, but all it gives him is some damage. Oh, 21, Ben.
It felt like that should have been a clean hit.
Yeah.
I guess perhaps it's the classic case of some people who like flick just a bit when they click mouse 1 as well. Like that does happen. So like the last thing you see is actually it was on him.
Yeah.
But slightly off. There's been a really distinct lack of pressure from FURIA on the CT side in connector, other than when Art and Yuri actually did push it early on in the half. Electronic has basically been asked to do whatever he wants though toward B. He should know they're double stacked towards short as well, just because this happened a few rounds ago. Remember, he walked all the way through CT.
Oh, the spam from Electronic, that's so awkward. Luckily Zeus will trade it. Zeus himself goes down. Keserato, the main man, the killer himself, posted up, trying to get more. Simple hits the shot finally. He is given another opportunity to bail himself out of that one. Gets the flick up, kills Keserato, puts them into the 3-on-2. Molotov is tasty, should burn him off, but he's got the bomb down already. Actually, only just spreads. I mean, you can extinguish it as well, but here comes the backstab. Yuri finding one, flicked out, had the utility in hand, and Simple will not dilly-dally, won't waste a minute.
It was kind of awkward, that Molotov, wasn't it? It didn't actually spread.
It spread way late.
Yeah. Awkward situation, but Simple finally arriving. 2 kills onto the bomb site there, even though the first one was a bit of a dodgy miss. But because of that impact I mentioned, the damage on those rounds where FURIA were still winning, it means you can see their economy right now that they can't buy. They actually opted to just go some pistols here and there. Actually, it's just the one. P250 from Yuri, otherwise it's all USPs. It's going to be a 5-man long as well.
Oh, okay.
Flamey's the one that's going to be taking it on.
This will be a bit of a war, actually. Yeah, they're just going to run
it could be a
straight into
10v10. A 10-man battle that long.
This could be ridiculous. Everyone's just going to be hiding. Flamey finds the first. Flamey still wants more. No one's actually killed him as well. They're just having down. They do so much damage to him, but they don't get the single frag. Everyone gets cleaned up. And NaVi, they win the Battle of the 10.
I'm surprised that that actually went through how it did.
Yeah.
Because all things considered, usually you have quite a few casualties in rounds like that, just off the basis of the first player coming around the corner usually just gets double dinked.
Yeah, and just, well, it's just the fact you just don't expect it, and then instantly you've taken so much damage.
Whereas Flamey, he took the first player's head off, actually. So Art actually has the AWP out once more. And he's actually going heavy towards long with this time. Simple boomage, Molotov off of this angle, so it means Art will actually be really far up on long here before they even get a chance to go. They were actually taking B short control on the CT side as well, which resulted in a good trade. And Art actually took down Simple as well, so that long pressure that was coming through, not surprising we saw that battle go the way it did. Art got such a good amount of map control.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Flamey. Suspecting Vinny's location, fires off a few of the warning shots. Zeus is there as well. Boomich is done for. So they need to try and commit together. Spam from Zeus is incredibly awkward. It won't even hit. Gets a little bit of a tag off at the end there towards Keserato, but that is it. It's a consolation prize. 7-6 now, as this half is looking to be pretty darn close, Ben.
Yeah, NaVi are still able to get buys in as well. So on the side of things for FURIA, I mean, they're evolving a lot around Art's AWP being able to get a kill or two whenever they leave him there. Because they'd be completely different if he doesn't get the kill right there on Simple. The A site's left kind of hampered. He then gets another one on Boomich as well. It's just the amount of impact like he attracts, or creates rather, on the map. And the attention he creates by just being a presence like this. He's actually going to be out with the door there.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that was absolutely tasty. Art with a quick flick around finds the headshot on towards the electronic. That's already a hefty bit of impact into the game. They want to try and at least make this a 7-7. And then see where it goes from there. But NaVi, they're not slowing down. They're storming their way up long at this point. They're going to carry on advancing.
It all depends on the timing. Yuri just checked it. He'll need to check again in like 3 seconds. Might be too late. Just as he turned, but Keserato's also moved up here as well. Put the smoke down, that's quite clearly come from quite close.
Oh,
he gets the kill
the
anyway.
last bullet, the fade away from Keserato on the headshot on Simple. Flamey will trade it, but it's still wild that it even happened. The flashbangs across back towards the site as well.
Oh
and
Art,
he's in the rear. He's entirely in the back. Oh, he runs out his knife out, both of them. With their knives exposed. Gets the tag on towards Boomich, brings him down to 36 HP. Flamey will find him.
Awkward round though. There's no really telling where the CTs should be on the map right now, from the NaVi side of things. That smoker going to heaven. Vinny, he advances straight into Zeus's crosshair though. Able J 1v3. They need this round really. The money's not great for them. There's only 20 seconds left as well. If he manages to get into pit, he could potentially win the round, but I don't think it's possible if he doesn't get out.
Zeus moving forward there, gets spotted by Able J, but he isn't going to be able to win that one. The 8th round secured in the end by NaVi. It started off fairly one-sided. It looked like it was only going to get better from that point for FURIA. The backstab could have been so huge as well, but Art wasn't given the chance to paint himself a masterpiece. Instead gets thrown away. And that will go towards NaVi. Last round of the first half here now. Buy's coming back through for FURIA. It's a bit of a FAMAS buy, really. That's basically all they've got to work with. FAMASes and smokes, Ben.
Again, look at the range of kills on NaVi. 9 to 13. It's a very close-knit level of kills across the board right there for them. Oh my, this is some different kind of aggression. We've not seen this from Art yet. Electronic, though, has basically done everything he needs to. Oh, that was decent damage as well. They're going to just leave Art there. That's actually a really nice play. So that FURIA will have a chance here to just leave 4 players playing A. The only risk they have is Connector is not controlled.
Yeah, and there is a player in towards Connector as well with Flamey.
Art's actually advancing. Electronic is playing so deep as well. He's playing by the club bunny.
Sat there by the bunny club.
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually walking in towards the long stack as well. Everyone's going to peek out. Now they should get the read. They have to try and get off and go over towards the B site. But you know what? Simple could just kill him as well. As he gets the pick back onto K-Serato. Vinny's done for. And it's literally just Able J that remains.
Just getting blinded as he retreats as well. 1v4.
Just wandering around, really, at this point. Trying to see what they're up to. What shenanigans that NaVi can be bringing out. Electronic spots him. We'll get the headshot towards Electronic. Follow-up frag as well on Zeus. But he's so low. 14 HP. Trades out to another FAMAS. Simple will end his life with the Deagle. And it will go 9 to 6. More to come, though. Is this going to be another 2-0? Or will we see a return to form from FURIA? Find out after the break. And we are back. 9 to 6 is the scoreline. NaVi currently the ones leading versus FURIA. But we're slapped back into it, Ben. Where we'll see if NaVi are going to be able to take this as a 2-0, winning it on both Nuke and Overpass, or if FURIA still have some fight left in them.
Yeah, just been looking at the stats on the side thing. Like it's not as overhyping Art's impact on the game, like as a just generalization anyway. But he was literally involved in 66% of the opening duels of that half. Like he got 6 opening kills, 4 opening deaths. A player alone having that much of an impact anyway,
yeah,
is kind of outrageous. Whether it's positive or negative, it's just a case of he is the impact. Boomich. If they were to have opened that door at any point, that'd been scary for him.
That would have been rough.
So NaVi running no kit here. So it's going to be 5 armoured players, which could be difficult if they do result in a post-plant.
Oh, hello. Oh, simple. Showing just how easy it can be. As he gets himself the first frag on towards Vinny. Electronic as well. Wants a piece of the pie. As they are popping off with these pistols, Ben. The prowess is on full display.
Another little dink there as well. A lot of fights taken to them. Casserado does win one of them. What kind of pie are they actually trying to get a slice of then? Would you say it's a bit of a chicken, bacon, leek and asparagus pie?
Potentially, or, you know, some pumpkin pie.
Oh, pumpkin pie, yeah.
Pumpkin pie is always quite standard.
Yeah.
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie, of course.
Classic. Probably the best of the pies.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. That is probably up there as the top dog.
On the ESL Global Pie Rankings.
Yes. Everybody is ranked 3.1415.
Oh. Round 17. Zeus with a Molotov early. This actually could have a pretty impactful influence into the round. It does transfer an awful lot of fire damage onto each and every one of those FURIA players, but Simple is there, ready to put them all to bed as he walks into all 3 of them. Oh, finally got the Zeus kill. Oh.
There it is.
Well, that was a shock.
Oh. Simple destroy this round. He actually gets himself money for an AWP next round as well. They will know that this will be a buy round for FURIA. If he wants the AWP, he can get it, and that he will. That's the AWP already coming out for him. 19 kills for Simple now.
Yeah.
Padding the stats towards the end of the half there, actually kind of extending a lead for himself.
Starting to get back into his form a little bit, realising that he needs to really be the backbone of this NaVi team as per. Art, though, unfortunately not able to afford an AWP, is just delegated back down to the Krieg. Looks like he still wants to try and take the fight towards Simple, though, but Electronic goes straight in. Gets the first kill on towards Art. Yuri will trade it back. They're a little bit panicked about this. Incredible nade, though, as it transfers that damage back onto both of them. And they're actually going to retreat because of this as well. Bombs left down just outside by the Bunny Club. And they're already through Monster. Caserato is walking in towards this B site. It's up to Flamey now with the AUG.
It is literally just Flamey on this site. He thought about smoking towards short as well. That smoke coming onto site though. Molotov toward Monsters a bit too late, as you mentioned. They're already out.
Maybe. Won't spot it. Caserato with the adjustment across with the AK is going to be able to cut his head clean off.
For what?
Boomich denies the bomb plant, throws them now into such an incredible position where they actually do have a lead once again. Zeus playing around, toying with them. Boomich is still just spamming into the smoke and taking people down at the Nether Realm.
Oh no, Zeus.
The nade. Oh, actually didn't do anywhere near as much damage as it looked like.
They're kind of stuck on this site though. They know there's a battle on both ends. Boomich is doing so much.
He's just winning each and every fight that was thrown against him. Simple as well. He's been spotted with the shadow, but Yuri had to reload, had no ammo there. He's got to get the bomb. He's got to make a play. He's got 27 seconds left to do so versus Simple and Zeus. Zeus sprinting across, keeping him busy. Gets the kill, upgrades to a Krieg for free, and they win the round. And they don't lose the AWP on Simple as well.
The way Zeus is running around in that 2v1, it kind of like makes you think there's some sort of like PTSD in the background where they've died when they've gone in a 2v1 in a similar position and the guy sprayed both of them in the same thing. And he's just gone, I'm going to create distance.
Yeah, I'm going to get
away. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's just gone shooting, not even shooting at him, just walls around him, just like, look at me. I'm over this way. Boomich now has an XM in again. He didn't quite get anything done with it last time, did he?
No, but what can he actually achieve this time?
Oh.
They should actually be coming towards him. Boomich could do an awful lot with this. Oh, the short bite down. Gets one with a shotty. Smashing his way through him as he breaks down the doors. The walls of Jericho are falling. The walls of Boomich.
Oh my word.
He's still trying to get the knives off. He's running to the smoke. Oh, he's going for it!
There was a flash thrown for him to actually get that kill.
The speed of him as well.
He could have thrown the knife at him for 1 damage, of course. That would have got the kill.
Of course, of course.
Didn't have the perk enabled.
Didn't have it on. Didn't have it on. Ooh, no. Well, Electronic survives with that 1 hit point. Actually gets through the round. NaVi They're actually starting to trailblaze ahead. This is what we potentially expected to see over on Nuke when we got into the second half. Instead, this time it's actually happened. They've got themselves a big lead, 13-6. FURIA reinvests as they have cash to play with. Is this going to be potentially a 15-6 scoreline if FURIA lose this round, or do they actually have some fight left in them now?
Not too sure. I suppose it depends on what the play is from them. Looks like 3 players toward mid, one of them potentially going connector instead. In fact, it's actually double connector. So from the first gun round, NaVi were playing 3 towards A primarily, with Zeus in connector, simple mid, electronic with him. However, we haven't really seen too much contact on the A side of things so far. They're going straight for this boost as well. It's a really nice boost. Boomich with an AWP close range this time. Gets the Molotov out. They're already out monster though.
Ooh.
Doesn't land a second.
Misses that shot, Ben, and now they've actually been able to get their way up in towards the bomb site. Simple is there, luckily enough. Simple! That should have been a free kill for him. The follow-up doesn't even come out either. Zeus is overthrown instantly in close range. Simple just running in headstrong there, throws it away, and it just comes down to Electronic, the backstabber himself. He's in the rear, but does he actually have the gear to win this one? Spot out Vinny. Oh, Vinny in the angle. Actually, he's not looking there. Electronic should be able to at least get 1 kill to walk away with it.
For a second, you could just see the slow debate. It was like, how do I want to do this?
Yeah.
Just want to see if he can do any more damage.
Oh, 8 HP.
Decent damage, but shouldn't change too much. Yuri should be able to get away from that bomb. Still took 3 damage. Yeah. Didn't get quite that far. That is a round for FURIA though, and you can argue a lot of that coming through due to Boomich not quite being able to pull back properly, as well as that the AWP. Bit of a difficult one. We don't have really anybody supporting you on that bomb site. FURIA do go for a pause as well. I imagine that's to do with the fact that Vinny needs a drop, as well as that. Just thinking, what do we want to do different here? Because that round they showed no presence towards A, other than putting the Molotov out that simple through. That was Yuri. He just put the smoke down, he flashed mid once, and then he backed away. They went towards B. Question is, will they actually commit to that, or will they just try and feign the same idea in that sense? If the Molotov gets thrown again, Simple does have the money for the grenades, so he can do that again. But relying on them to make something, or make a play, isn't really the best way of looking at things like this.
Well, 5 seconds as we get back into this now. Freeze time is over. We're ready to rock and roll. Round 21. NaVi, they need to do some damage. They need to carry on with that form they found. FURIA, though, waking up a little bit off the back of the prior one. Is this their new foot coming down forward? Because already it's a little bit more split. Actually going for the attack towards B. The pincer play together. They're all grouped up quite heavily. It's a bit more defensive.
They're doing the
setup,
Astralis B take. Pretty sure that was meant to be the Astralis B take. The smokes landing all the way along the bridge. They're running all the way through it to CT.
Oh, Keserato gets through first. He's been able to actually get up close and personal, but they're taking so much damage.
Boomich is there as well.
When they eventually get out, they're just running straight into them. It's worked out better for the CTs more than anything. Keserato is just left on 12 HP. But the backline, it's all of the backstab. If you could actually get the follow-up frag, it could have gone incredibly for them. Instead, it's left into a 3 versus 3 here from this point forward.
Simple does have a Molotov. Okay, the Molotov will come through. It's going to be too late. That bomb will... He's missed.
Oh, missed?
He's absolutely whacked it off that tower.
Oh, a follow Mips as well with the AWP. He needs to hit that shot. Simple. Up close and personal now. A further miss. Doesn't connect the shot towards Yuri. Luckily, his teammate finally has a bit of an impact as well. Tagging on towards Able J. Zeus jumps down. Simple finds one. Gets the follow-up frag. It's all up to Vinny.
And he gets the
Vinny
first.
no longer survives.
He missed so many shots.
There were so many misses.
But he lands the last 3. That's all that matters. That's a different strategy. I've never seen. So it was the same position where you throw the smokes for the Astralis take, where you smoke deep CT twice.
Right.
And then you run across the bridge and kill the pit players. They've alternated that and then basically made a wall across bridge towards that CT area. You run through it, or you get through the smokes, and they reflash for you, and I guess you just take pit.
Yeah.
And you kill the players that are playing pillar, monster, barrels, that whole area. it's a very different take on it, but I'm not surprised that they're the ones to come out with it after what we saw in Mirage yesterday.
Yeah, similar to obviously the B execute we saw there,
Yeah.
where it was literally just Art running through a wall of smokes that they created for him. So interesting stuff. Simple, however, more fired up now with the AWP back in his hands, feeling like he's found his form again. Gets that kill onto Yuri, and opens things up nicely for the side of NaVi.
Yeah, a very nice opening kill to find. Art is actually holding for a peek. Not quite that one, but he still gets it anyway. The thing is, typically when you lose an AWP towards long, you see some kind of re-aggression on the same area, but Zeus is actually just going to do it towards toilet instead. Ooh. Keeps taking the fight though.
Yeah, he's heavily committed into this. The flashbang should actually delay them slightly as well. Depends if they think if he's actually ran away or not. I should at least hear something more, but Boomic, he's in the background. He's got the bomb. They're also fairly low at this point. He's been able to flick back and forth. 2 kills there for Boomic. A final killing blow for Flamey. And the 15th round secured for NaVi. 1 round away from a 2-0 here in the series and carrying on that lower bracket crawl.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, they're kind of proving that this is their pick, right? This is where they felt more comfortable anyway. But it's just the fact that when you consider the last 3 months, the form really doesn't really tell you that they're that good on it. Yesterday was maybe the showing of them getting better on it, right? So 15-7, a lot of time to play with here, a lot of match points, series points. On the side of FURIA, though, they would be quite disappointed if they were to fall out into this far or this early. Okay, Serato wanting to stop that, though.
Not actually agreeing with the idea of letting it go that way. Gets 1 kill on the entry. There is a response back. They have a 2-man lead in the battle of attrition over NaVi right now, but Simple is still alive with the AWP, and that nade does a hefty amount of damage as well. They are actually backing off from this. They're going to reposition.
The bomb.
Electronic, he can deny the whole play. Vinny with the MP5 again.
That's a whiff and a half from Electronic there. Yuri's already at this bomb site.
Or Flamey, does he realise he's right in front of him towards the truck? He doesn't spot him out. Forces it for a clutch for Simple. He might get a nice shot off on towards Art, but that's just one for style points. It won't be for the round.
Electronic had basically the entire series right there in his hands. He gets that 1 kill on the bomber. He can then, he can back off. He can make a lot of different plays there. But instead, the spray goes completely wrong. So NaVi actually buying into this as well. Boomic has the AWP, which is a bit of an interesting. He's the only player going towards B as well.
Everyone else is actually pushing down towards Connector early on as well, trying to play around off Zeus's Mag 7, it seems.
Flamey is really tempting fate here. Does nade deeper. Boomic, who had the AWP, doesn't quite get anything done.
No, Boomic achieves nothing there. That's an AWP down just on the floor. That's B site completely open as well, and they've realised this. Molotov comes in, that's going to force them out of position where they are towards Connector. They're expecting the spread, just watching it scared.
Get a bit toasty. Thing is, from the side of NaVi, they don't really... There's nothing they can do that will help them too much here, other than just staying alive. If you're able to get towards the gun, which Simple has done right there, that's an SG recovered. But otherwise, the only player that can really look for something, I guess, would be Electronic. Just because equipment that matters is the Kevlar. Pistols are, the 5.7 it's great and everything, but it's not really that much of a loss. However, thankfully he's not hunting too far because Yuri is actually holding the angle of where he would push into. So FURIA, it's a big hill to climb if they want to make this comeback happen. They need 6 rounds in a row on the T side. And the issue with Overpass is you have some rounds where a defender will usually get 2 kills or more. It happens quite often, just in the sense that sometimes you don't clear something properly or they just get a very good positional play.
Yeah. Well, NaVi, they've got a few match points to play with, so they're not going to be too worried about how this one is going so far. The weapons they have carried over from that prior round, they've still got to work with here as well. They're going to try and use these once again. Krieg and Mag 7 really going to be the 2 big dogs. Flamey has a HE that he'll try and cast out.
It's that same Molotov. Electronic pretty much repeating the toaster room. However, NaVi, they opted for that boost, I believe, putting Simple up on top. with his SG. With the Molotov at highway though, that is the call that they're going to pull back. Yuri's already making this information play up long as well. Simple's going to arrive just in time, although they're going for another boost. This might be at the very wrong time, depending on where they go. Oh my word.
Ooh, okay. This all just depends on who's actually there as well, because Yuri, he's up close. He's actually walking around. If they don't expect this and clear down towards bottom side of bank, they can get shot.
They're making a lot of noise. That noise, that jump made noise. Oh my word.
Oh, the double kill.
I'm surprised he didn't try and knife one of them.
They would have just both fallen into him.
Yeah, he could have like double left and then right.
Yeah.
Kill both of them in a second. That'd be a wild play though. Ooh. Does spot Flamey.
Electronic, with the backstab with the 5-7, eventually gets that kill, but runs straight into his own demise. This case, Sorata will put one right between the eyes. 15-10 now. Furia, at least somewhat coming back into this and being able to keep themselves going toe-to-toe. It's only a matter of time then until NaVi get out a healthy buy and start working their way back into the action. Simple's been hitting a few nice shots with the AWP here and there.
Furia do go for a tactical though.
Interesting.
I mean, I suppose when you do have these tacticals at your disposal and you're not really sure 100% on what you want to actually get done, you might as well take the time to actually talk about it properly. This is technically series point. You've been sat on for quite a while here. You might as well just make sure, what is our game plan, what are we doing? I want to know exactly, just in case somebody messes it up or anything like that. So 15-10. Furia, they've had decent buys the whole way through. NaVi, unless Electronic drops an AWP, they will not have one for this round. I can't imagine he'll drop an AWP anyway, just because he doesn't have, it'd just be a glass cannon. And at that rate, you might as well have him using it, just so he's able to just utilise the fact he has no armour. So it's going to be rifles across the board. Boomich taking the hit though and go for the FAMAS. Flamey and Zeus not so much. Ooh.
Oh, the run boost.
That's very cheeky. They're doubling up connector there. That's 2 spawn smokes been used by Furia. So those are like Cloud9 spawn smokes, which usually mean they're going to be rushing B, which is why you see all the grenades being used by NaVi. But alongside that, we can see the 2 players running up long. There's still going to be a player going through connector. It's quite late though. Electronic loses that fight with 10 HP.
Keserato barely surviving, but at least he is still in action. Zeus as well, brought down to just 24, so...
I think that was by Flamey.
Really?
Yep, pretty sure it was by Flamey. Zeus opened the door and Flamey just battered it.
Oh, okay. That's not ideal.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not really how you want to play it. So Zeus and Simple are now left in a 2 versus 5, make that just a 1 versus 5. And Zeus has basically no health points at all. He's basically dead at this point, so 24 HP, he's going to walk away. Save that. This is going to be an 11 to 15 game. They're still bringing it back. Furia are starting to get some momentum for themselves, Ben.
Yeah, so clearly the pause there was to talk about what we're actually doing, who's doing what smokes. So the Cloud9 rush I mentioned is basically where you do spawn smokes. One of the man's in heaven, one of them actually lands towards bridge or something. I'm not too sure exactly which one. I believe it is bridge though. And then you just cause a B rush with that Molotov barrels. You get players going through short. And it's just a nice B take from the get-go though, right from spawn. All those grenades coming over, as well as flashes, Molotovs, were enough to cause NaVi to dedicate 3 players there. And they already had 2 players in connector, which meant the A side had nobody going long, nobody on the actual side. And by the time, you know, the players faking B were on their way back, they win that 5-flank connector. Flamey's then left in there as well. He then destroys Zeus. Zeus then saves. 4 more match points available for NaVi before they would be forced into an overtime scenario.
Well, let's see if these next 4 rounds count. As they reinvest around Zeus, he's the only one that has the rifle to work with. He's got armor as well. Flash and a smoke. 1 HE there over on Flamey. The rest of them just with the pistols to play with. This early contact will be coming through towards the front toilets. And also close long as well. Yuri seems to be the one that wants to risk it. Oh, a lovely shot. Crisp stuff there to connect that back on towards Flamey early.
With losing a player there, though, you usually see some sort of long aggression, especially if you've got players there. If Zeus advances, he walks straight into Art's crosser. Art's been holding there for about 25 seconds now. If Zeus holds for another 20 seconds, I'd be very surprised. So Art's actually... He's kind of half and half pulled away and then come back to it. But he'll hear the movement at mid. Now's the time for him to strike if he can.
Setting themselves up. Smokes and flashes going across. The execution over towards the A site. Electronic with a 5-7. How much of a nuisance can he be? Backstab from Boomich. Wants to grab the AWP as well. Electronic gets one on the site. But unfortunately, Boomich has also gone down. It's up to Simple and Zeus. Zeus is done for. Simple runs straight through, connects onto one, nearly the follow-up. He gets the tag onto K Serato. It looked like he was going to make history again. But
that would have been wild.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised he got that shot onto the player towards SWAT as well. FURIA used their final tactical. 15 to 12. I believe it was 15 to 7 at one point. So 5 rounds have been won in a row by FURIA here. Some of them going down to much closer situations like that. But all in all, they seem to be doing quite well. And the big change here is Art picking up a rifle instead of the AWP coming out of this pause. So we've seen him AWPing primarily the last few rounds. But clearly he's realised there hasn't been enough impact from that.
I'll have a talk of the AWPs. Yeah, Flamey and Simple both on an AWP. And the 2 AUGs as well. So 4 scopes coming out for NaVi.
It's the first time we've seen Flamey using the AWP on this map, isn't it? Because Boomich was the one that picked it up the last 2 times. I'm pretty sure as the second AWP at least. But regardless, it means it will be towards the B side of the map, although, yeah, it would be. Because Boomich was normally towards short. Flamey's been controlling towards Monster. Which it looks like that AWP will be going towards. Very passive though. So 3 players, actually make it 4 players going through connector for FURIA. Quite an unorthodox one, you can't help but imagine Able J will flash them out at the top of it. Unless they do open the door and try and go for the picks here. Looks like 3 of them are about to. This could be really awkward timing. Oh my word.
Jump spot across,
3 of them.
Oh, he gets the kill. Picks the head clean off of Zeus. Smoke's coming out towards front toilets now as well, so Electronic's going to be a bit isolated. At least he's hearing the footsteps, the pitter-patter, everyone sprinting by him. He needs to relay this information to his team, though. Simple. Going to adjust. Electronic wins the firefight in response versus K Serato. Gets the kill through. Simple down and out over at long. Every person they lose, the chances of NaVi winning this round get lower and lower. It's FURIA in a prime time position to close it out now. They're calling it quits.
Boomich and Flamey, they stopped rotating. They ran towards the CT underpass, like the stairs, and they turned around immediately. So Electronic's going to try and grab Simple's AWP, I think, on the way out here. They're going to keep the double rifle. They're going to buy next. And if they lose that one, they'll buy then at 15-14. So this will go 15-13 anyway. They'll have 3 guns minimum if they keep them in. FURIA should be furiously hunting this. Especially on the fact that Simple's AWP is that long. They should know that.
And they've also got an awful lot of money to play with.
Yeah, there's no risk for them. But you can keep 1 player on the bomb. That's fine. That's bold from Electronic just standing in the middle of the and as that's been faded. But keeping 2 guns in though, you probably shouldn't force around it. Like, look at the money, 15-13.
Yeah, it's bad.
You might as well get pistol armor on the players that did die. And then buy on the 15-14 with a whole lot of money. That should be the situation here. NaVi call a pause to talk about it. They've still got 2 more pauses available to them. Can't really feel like, unless there's some sort of crazy play coming out from Flamey with the AWP or Boomich, that it would be going to 15-14. That's assuming they do eco, of course.
Yeah, it would have to be just sheer miraculous individual brilliance that saves it. Someone just goes sick out of nowhere, and that means they actually take it through with a 16-13. But it feels more likely that it probably will be that 14th round. The buy-up's actually coming in, so Zeus has gone in for
but
basically
everybody else
everything.
is going to go pistol armor, I guess. Simple, he needs to keep in mind, you get 3,400. So 6950 would get him an AWP, Kevlar, pretty much every grenade. And that'd be about it.
So 50 armor.
Oh, he's actually going to be, he doesn't mind having just the AWP armor and then like a smoke.
Yeah.
Apparently, or just a flash or something.
I suppose that's just what they've opted
Yeah,
to go
preference,
for.
I suppose. You have a higher chance of winning when you do have more players with armor. That's for sure.
Well,
FURIA making their way towards the site with the guns, though.
Oh, they're running straight in, actually, towards this B site. They've been able to get their way out for sure. Instantly, 2 frags already found. Zeus, can he have some impact with this MP9? Gliding around, all of a sudden, he's the only one that remains. Everyone's dead rapidly there. 1 minute and 29 seconds into the round, and it's already over.
Literally seconds. Like, from the first kill to the last kill, it's probably about 9 seconds.
Yeah.
I guess. So here's the buy I mentioned. So Zeus could have had so much more here if he didn't spend so much on... Like, I wouldn't mind if it was the MP5 and Kevlar and like a flash or just a smoke with it. Because that's not much, that's like $2,200. Instead he invested the full like 37, I think he had. So simple, as I said, he'll have the armor and basically a single grenade. They actually missed the Molotov that's been landing them as well. Scary situation for NaVi. They were up 15-7 at one point. Now at 15-14. They've let the game slip away from them. I'm trying to think how long it's actually been since Simple got killed last round, but before that, I'm trying to think. I think it's been quite a while. Other than the 1v attempt, the 1v3 attempt with the Eagle.
Yeah, that was a good round. They're going for a fairly
It's the
similar
same thing,
play,
yeah.
though. Yeah, this is once again towards the A
Electronics
side.
so early though.
Oh, the difference is Electronic this time goes headstrong, finds 3 kills, wants to set it in stone that they're going to be able to take this one. Simple as well. Last time, he was obliterated. This time, he does the obliteration. Finds the kill back onto Quesarato. It's all up to Able J. He's not able to do it. 16-14. They finally close down the game and take the series in a 2-0 fashion. They did it on Nuke. They've done it on Overpass. NaVi will carry on here at ESL 1 Cologne. However, for FURIA, Ben, this is the end of their journey.